Hallo allemaal! Wow, it has been a long time since I've said something in Dutch in my videos. Hey everybody, it's me, Namaisa, and today I'm coming to you, as you have seen in the intro, with a very special video. This is my entry video for the NYX Face Awards NL, so the Netherlands. And yeah, I'm super excited. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I really hope I make it through to the first round. I wanted to show you all that I love FX makeup and I love beauty makeup. Yeah, that's why I decided to pretty much just kind of combine the two in a little story. Now let me tell you something about myself. My dream is to be a professional FX makeup artist one day in the film and TV industry, and I want to be an applicator and painter. Now what does that mean? That means I want to apply and paint makeup. But please don't think I don't love beauty makeup, because that's how I started and that's definitely one of my passions still. It's just that I want a professional career in FX makeup. I hope that my dream comes true, and this is definitely a great start to get my work out there. To all my Dutch viewers out there, ik hoop dat jullie deze video leuk vinden. Ik heb onwijs hard mijn best gedaan. Geloof het of niet. Dus ja, laat wat van je horen. Plaats een comment. Leave a like. Whatever you want. And for all my international followers or, you know, viewers out there, please support me. And like you've always done, thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. And let's start this tutorial. Okay, so let's start with pre-painting this foam latex prosthetic. Obviously, I gotta abide by the rules, so I can't really tell you where I got this prosthetic from, but if you watch more of my FX videos, then you definitely know where this is from. So to be able to paint foam latex, you have to seal it with something. So I mixed a couple of shades of prosthetic paint to get a dark brown shade, and what I'm doing is pretty much stippling it on the prosthetic in a random pattern. Some spots I will apply a little bit more, and on the other a little less. It does help to have reference pictures for old age makeup. I'm just saying, it makes your job a whole lot easier. So now I'm using a alcohol activated makeup color, a dark brown color to be precise, and I'm just speckling that in a random pattern all over the prosthetic. And after that I'm using another alcohol activated makeup color, but then a cream white, just to create some texture in the skin. And I'm pretty much doing that same process for all the pieces in this prosthetic. So for the brow, for the chin, for the lip. I'm sorry if this all feels a little rushed. I'm just trying to give you a general idea of how I'm painting these prosthetics. If you want to see more, then I highly suggest you just click on my FX playlist and yeah, have fun. Have fun watching. Here I am, clean-faced. I made sure that I got rid of most of the oils on my skin because I want to make the prosthetic stick as best as I can. Now what I'm doing here is pretty much trying to see how I can fit the prosthetic on my face, because in all honesty, the prosthetic is a little too small for me. I didn't film the part where I apply the neck part because I just couldn't get myself to be in frame. The camera was out of focus and I couldn't see well, because doing this on yourself is a little more difficult than you may think it is. But luckily I did film how I applied the face part, so the brow and you know, the chin and the cheeks, and pretty much, you know, the same goes for the neck. It's just that applying it onto yourself is a little bit more difficult. So to glue it down, of course, I used skin safe adhesive. I just want to make sure that you know that this is not some weird stuff I'm putting on my face. You know, foam latex is porous, so it's very easy to just glue down the edges. So what you have to do is take a little bit of prosthetic adhesive and go over the edge, and then you're pretty much good to go. I also want to share something with you all. So initially I wanted to wear a really big gray wig with this makeup look, so I wasn't too concerned with the edges near my neck and on my forehead because it's gonna cover that part. So I'll be good to go. So I wasn't really focused on that, but eventually I didn't like the wig with the makeup look, so I had to think of something, and that's why I have that scarf on my head. Luckily, you don't see the edges in my neck because of the scarf and the way my costume was set up, so you know, that was fine, but it is what it is. I like the end result, and that's what matters. It's all good. So what I'm doing now is using a transparent loose powder to set the edges. Why? Well, because I don't want my fingers or my brush or whatever to stick to the edges. So what you see now is that one side of my face is almost done. Like, I've largely done the right side of my face. Now I'm just gonna focus on the left side. So what I'm doing now is pretty much repeating the steps I did on the prosthetic, and now I'm doing that on the edges and onto my skin, because obviously I want the prosthetic to, you know, blend in with my skin, etc, etc. You get what I mean. And about the paint job, I am on purpose creating blotches in the skin. Like I said before, I have reference pictures of older black women, and oftentimes the pigment in the center of the face becomes less with age, you know, age spots, obviously dark wrinkles, you know. I decided to use the NYX Highlight and Contour Cream Pro palette, and I'm just using different shades in that palette. So for example, I'm using a little bit of Sculpt, a little bit of Toffee, a little bit of Tan. I'm also going to use a little bit of Hollow to create, you know, the depth in the wrinkles. What I always like to say is that it's controlled chaos. You know, again, I cannot say this enough or stress this enough. A reference picture for makeups like these are key. I had to go back and forth with a lot of these cream colors because I wasn't satisfied with the pattern on my face, sort of say, or you know, the wrinkles weren't intense enough. You know, I think I have to invest in some FX stuff by NYX because, you know, I definitely want to do this again. And for the last step, I'm going to apply a product that's gonna make my skin or prosthetic look a little bit more realistic. Now, I must say I was a little generous with the product because I was so excited to use it, but yeah, for future reference, I would use a little less of this, but I'm not mad about it. What I'm doing now is just playing around with my stepfather's glasses, because here I was debating whether or not I should put on the wig, and I did that off of camera and I did not like it whatsoever. So for my hair, I finally decided to just put some white face paint in it, in the front of my hair. And I liked that look so much better because it felt more like Namaisa. And there you have it. That is the finished old age makeup look. And now, of course, it's time for the beauty makeup. Okay, here I am, fresh faced. I drew my brows off of camera. Of course, I already applied a primer all over my eye area. So now I'm going to take the NYX Cosmetics Lit Lingerie eyeshadow palette, and I'm taking that color right there and I'm applying that all over my lid, in my crease, and on my brow bone area. This is going to give me a clear canvas to work with, and it's going to help me blend out my other eyeshadows. Now I'm gonna take the NYX Contour Intuitive Warm Zone palette, and I'm taking that eyeshadow right there and I'm applying that in my crease using windshield wiper motions. I'm also applying that same shade onto my lid, but I'm leaving the inner and outer part of my eye open. And now with a matte black eyeshadow, I'm applying that on the outer part and inner part of my eye, and I'm also blending it through my crease, kind of like a halo smoky eye. And I'm also applying some eyeliner. After that, I'm just gonna put on my other eyelash and finish up the eye. Now I'm taking a matte black eyeshadow again, only this time I'm applying it right underneath my lower lash line, and I'm also smoking it out a little bit. Then I'm taking a shimmery purple eyeshadow and I'm applying that right underneath that matte black eyeshadow and kind of blend it together. And for my lower waterline, I'm using the NYX Faux Whites Seashell Eye Pencil. And like I said, I'm applying that on my lower waterline. And to give my lashes some extra drama, I'm using the NYX Worth the Hype Mascara on my bottom lashes and on my top lashes, just to mix them in with the falsies. To prime my skin, I'm using the NYX Total Control Drop Primer, and I'm just gonna apply that on my face and blend it into my skin with a brush. Then I'm taking the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the shade Cappuccino, and I'm applying that onto my face as well. I love this foundation, it's super lightweight yet buildable. And to get a little bit more coverage and to match my skin tone a little bit more, I'm using the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Liquid Foundation in the shade Chestnut. I just want my foundation to match the rest of my body a little bit more. For my cream highlight, I'm using the NYX Highlight and Contour Cream Pro palette, and I'm mixing that shade and that shade over there together, and I'm applying that right underneath my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. And then of course I'm blending that out with a makeup sponge. And to set my foundation, I'm using a transparent loose powder all over my face. Now I'm gonna use the NYX 3 Steps to Sculpt Deep palette, and I'm just gonna bronze up my face, you know, just to bring back some warmth and life in my skin, because I need it. Next up, I'm gonna use this NYX Ombre Blush in the shade Codebreaker, and I'm applying that to the apples of my cheeks. And I almost forgot, I contoured my nose just a tiny bit to give my face some more dimension. On my lips, I'm going to use the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the shade Alien. And for my highlight, I'm going to use this NYX Love You So Mochi Lit Life Highlighter Palette. And I'm going to apply the highlight actually a little bit above the apples of my cheeks. Sometimes I just like to place my highlight there. I'm also going to highlight above my eyebrows, on the tip of my nose, and a little bit on my nose bridge. And that was it for the entire tutorial. And that was it